Hi everyone, I'm Kalem from Retract Leveling, and today I'm going to show you how to do the emergency retract function on our unidirectional 24 and 12 volt pump. Now there's a few reasons why I might want to use the emergency retract function, and the first one being a faulty contactor, the second one being a faulty controller, and the third being a faulty motor. Now there's a slight variation between how you do the emergency retract function depending on what's broken, and I'll show you both versions shortly. The tools required for this job will be a 1/8 hex key, 13mm spanner, and the handle you get with your kit. As always, we want to make sure we turn the power off at the source or disconnect the battery. Now both the 24 volt and the 12 volt unidirectional pumps will look very similar. They might have slightly different valves, but the procedure is all the same. So you first want to go to this side of the manifold where it has all 4 valves, and you just want to put your hex key in here and spin it clockwise until all the way seated in on each one. Now we want to go to the other side of the motor, where you will see a DV2 valve, and do the exact same thing on this valve. And now the last step is the DV1 port on the end of the manifold. You'll see this red bit of knurled tip. You want to pull that out and spin it about 180 degrees roughly, and you'll see it'll stay out, and that'll mean it's now in reverse function. Now this is where the process will vary depending on what is wrong with the system. If you have a controller fault or a contactor fault, what we can do is we can disconnect these terminals to the motor. There's one on the side here, as you'll see this. So you just want to get your 13mm spanner and loosen these off. Put that to the side. Just like so. So now we have opened up all the valves, opened the reverser valve, and this is where it would differ between a 12 volt and a 24 volt pump. The 24 volt pump will have 2 posts on the motor. The 12 volt one, they have 1 post, and you'll have to use the ground on the side of the block. Because what we're going to do is get an external power source. Now, again, we're using 24 volt with this pump. You might have to use 12 volt. Just make sure the power source you're using is also 12 volt or 24 volt, depending on what your system is. In our use case, we're going to do negative on the negative post and positive on the positive. There might be a little spark when you first contact. That's okay. Just run the motor until all your legs are retracted. Now for a 12 volt pump, we're going to go negative straight to the block, positive to the motor. And the exact same thing, run it until all the legs are retracted. Now if you don't have access to an external power source, or the motor is not working, this is where we can grab our handle and put it into the manual pump mechanism. And what you want to do is just move this back and forward as many times as necessary until all your legs are retracted. Once your legs are fully retracted, we can start putting everything back together. Negative on the negative, positive on the positive. We can now go to the DV1 valve, spin it until it's seated in, like so. Go to the DV2, spin it anti-clockwise, and do the same with all of our valves on the other side of the pump. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this got you out of trouble, and join back next time for some more tips and tricks.